the smell of barbecue smoke, the echoes of children's laughter, a final burst of summer sun. For many, Labor Day marks a bittersweet farewell to warm days and lazy weekends. But beneath the surface of picnics and parades lies a deeper meaning, a tribute to the backbone of our nation, the American worker. Labor Day is not just a day off. It is a testament to the struggles, sacrifices, and triumphs of working people throughout history. It is a day to acknowledge their contributions and celebrate the rights they fought so hard to achieve. Labor Day is a powerful reminder that the freedoms we enjoy, fair wages, reasonable hours, safe working conditions, were not handed down from on high. They were hard-won victories, forged in the fires of protest, strikes, and tireless advocacy. This day urges us to remember those who came before us, those who dared to demand better for themselves and future generations. The late 19th century was a time of immense industrial growth in the United States. Factories sprang up across the land, drawing in waves of immigrants and rural Americans seeking opportunity. Yet this progress came at a steep human cost. Workers, including children, toiled for long hours in hazardous conditions for meager pay. The gap between the wealthy industrialists and the struggling working class grew into a chasm. In the face of such exploitation, a spirit of resistance began to stir. Labor unions, organizations dedicated to fighting for workers' rights, emerged as a powerful force. They understood that their strength lay in unity. Together, they could challenge the status quo and demand a fairer share of the nation's prosperity. Strikes, boycotts, and public demonstrations became their tools for change. In the 1880s, labor strikes by industrial workers were increasingly common in the United States, a time when working conditions were often dismal and dangerous. The work hours were long and the wages were low. The Haymarket riot of 1886 and the Pullman strike of 1894 were pivotal events in labor history. On May 4, 1886, the Haymarket riot began as a peaceful rally near Chicago's Haymarket Square. The rally was in support of workers striking for an 8-hour workday. However, within the rally were labor radicals, including August Spies. Mr. Spies, as well as many others, were angered by the police's reaction to the McCormick strike, which took place a day before. During that strike, the police shot 2 workers to death. On May 4th, around 8:30 p.m., Haymarket Square swelled with some 2,000 workers. A group of policemen arrived to disperse the crowd. One of the labor radicals threw a dynamite bomb at the police, and soon afterwards the rally turned violent. In the aftermath of this tragic event, labor activists around the globe saw the need for a day to commemorate the struggle of workers. And so, May 1st, or May Day, evolved into International Workers' Day. This day became a symbol of the fight for fair labor practices, wages, and working conditions. However, U.S. government officials had no interest in sanctioning this day as a holiday. Almost a decade later, the Pullman strike was a nationwide railroad strike that severely disrupted rail traffic in the Midwest. It took place from May 11th to July 20th, 1894. During this time, the United States was in a deep economic depression. Like many other businesses, the Pullman Company, a railroad sleeping car manufacturing company, was hit hard by the Depression. George Pullman laid off hundreds of employees and cut wages for many of the remaining workers at his namesake company. Starting on May 11th, many angry Pullman workers walked out, started striking, and called for boycotts on the Pullman Company. The Pullman strike gained sympathy among other members of the American Railway Union. By early June, rail traffic and commerce was effectively halted in 27 states. Starting in July, U.S. federal troops were sent in to suppress multiple railroad strikes. As a result, the strikes turned bloody. What is ironic is that on June 28, 1894, President Grover Cleveland signed into law legislation creating a National Labor Day holiday. While in early July, federal troops in Chicago brutally crushed a railroad strike that left some 30 people dead. Which goes to show you that simply legislating a holiday is not a remedy to the underlying problems of poor working conditions, long work hours, and low wages. These events highlighted the struggles of American workers and led to increased public support for labor rights, ultimately contributing to the establishment of Labor Day as a national holiday. The first Labor Day celebration, held in New York City on September 5, 1882, 4 years before the Haymarket riot. The celebration was a testament to the growing labor movement. Organized by the Central Labor Union, it was a day of parades, picnics, and speeches, a public display of solidarity and strength. Over 10,000 workers marched through the streets, demanding an 8-hour workday and recognition of their rights. The idea quickly spread, and by 1893, 22 states adopted having their own early September Labor Day holiday. As mentioned before, Labor Day then became a federal holiday in 1894. It was a small victory for the labor movement, a formal acknowledgement of the essential role workers play in society. Interestingly, while the United States celebrates Labor Day on the first Monday of September, many other countries commemorate International Workers' Day on May 1st. This date, chosen to commemorate the Haymarket Affair in Chicago in 1886, has its roots in the global struggle for workers' rights. The Haymarket Affair, a tragic incident in which a peaceful labor demonstration turned violent, became a rallying cry for workers worldwide. It underscored the universal desire for fair treatment, dignity, and a voice on the job. In the 21st century, the fight for workers' rights is far from over. While we have made significant strides since the days of child labor and 12-hour workdays, new challenges have emerged. Globalization, automation, and the rise of the gig economy have created new forms of insecurity and exploitation. Labor Day, therefore, remains as relevant today as it was over a century ago. It reminds us that the pursuit of economic justice is an ongoing struggle, one that requires constant vigilance and collective action. It is a call to stand in solidarity with workers across all industries, to advocate for policies that protect their rights and promote their well-being. Labor Day is a day of remembrance, reflection, and celebration. It is a day to honor the legacy of those who fought tirelessly for a more just and equitable society. It is a day to acknowledge that the fight for workers' rights is never truly over, and that we must remain vigilant in protecting the gains that have been made. As we fire up the grill, gather with loved ones, and enjoy this final hurrah of summer, let's take a moment to remember the true meaning of Labor Day. Let's celebrate the contributions of workers everywhere and recommit ourselves to the pursuit of a world where everyone has the opportunity to earn a decent living with dignity and respect.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get early access to our videos and where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits saying cheers and have a good day.